Hello, and welcome to week 5 of the UNPL Spring Fling. I'm Zand, and this game is going to be tough. Our opponent is Ark, who is 4-0. We're 3-1, which is not bad, but we have two opponents we have yet to play that are both undefeated. So it's going to be an uphill battle. He's got a really strong team. The only thing I noticed about it was he only has one rocker, so I'm hoping either he doesn't bring it or he leads it, because I got some plans. Plans that I've definitely brought before, but plans nonetheless. Team's a little odd this week, so we did make some transactions, and we're bringing 3 of our 4 new mons, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm going to tell him we are searching now. I'm a little late. It's been a little awkward trying to get a hold of Pokemon lately, so it's been a little bit of a challenge. My normal resources have been very limited. Oh, and it looks like he's bringing both of his Terra Captains. So I'm going to quickly send him mine. We're Terra Ghost Arbalova and Terra Fairy Sneasel. So he does have the Doug, which is his only rocker. It does have the Articuno. He did not bring a lot of things I expected. He has the Ambipom, which I did not expect for a second. Has the Delphox, no Pawmot, wow, okay. No Snorlax, which I thought we were just going to lose to instantly. No Gallade, and no Slowking. Oh man, what team am I looking at? I prepped for his bulk, and he brought all, like, speed. I guess the Weezing's still there, so that's a challenge. We didn't bring Electros, Regieleki, Flygon, or Cobalion this week. So I do like the lead Talonflame. I have the tech I always have that I probably need to stop overusing or people are going to start predicting it. It's banded dual wing beat, so it always outruns and KOs Dugtrio. Outspeeds everything. If he leads Ambipom, we'll probably want to switch so we don't get faked out because I don't want to lose my Gale Wings if I can help it. Although I guess he could just go Weezing. He's probably Rocky Helmet. He's very weak to Steel, so Reveroom is looking really good here. He's Terra Ice Dugtrio and Terra Ground Articuno, so one of them is going to copy the other's type, which is funny. Ground Articuno looks really good versus my team, actually. Terra Ground plus Freeze Dry is a nasty combo, but we'll have Sneasel to hit it super effectively. What else? We have Terra Ice Dugtrio. I've been seeing a lot of that lately. A lot of people are bringing fast Terra Ice versus me to just completely nullify Flygon. So he leads with the Grimmsnarl. There's a very good chance this is Screens, but we actually out-prioritize Prankster with a flying type move. Unfortunately, he would have to be... No bulk is in his favor to live. So I can only imagine there might be a Thunder Wave coming out here, which is not the end of the world, but I kind of do like my speed on this a lot. Could definitely go Arbalova. Could go Sneasel and try to make a play, but I feel like it might be a little early for that. I really don't want to get paralyzed. I think I will go into Arbalova. It may be a little bit early for this, so I didn't really know which mon I wanted to Terra, but bulky Arbalova looks really annoying to him this week, and offensive Sneasel actually looks amazing. So he's just Crunch, okay. Oh, it does almost half. We are incredibly defensive on this Arbalova, so maybe that was banded. I think it is banded, wow. So we do get some health back. We're definitely safe from another one. Yeah, that has to be Choice Band. Adamant Choice Band at that. Yeah, and that was a high roll from Adamant Choice Band. It does 192 at most. So Strength Sap is, I think, our best play here. But he almost certainly could switch, but if I sub and get it wrong, we're in bad shape. Strength Sap actually is really annoying for most of his team, though. Only mon that would want to take it being, I guess, Articuno and Delphox. I think I will go for one Strength Sap, though. I don't want to lose Arbalova for absolutely no reason. So, wow, okay, leading with the banded Grimmsnarl, so at least we don't have to worry about... Well, he might still be like banded T-Wave with Prankster, but I kind of doubt it. Does switch, so we will at least get quite a bit of health back here. Most of his mons had reasonably high base physical attack. Goes into the Jeezing. Oh, he's counter terrain. Okay. So he's not levitate. Oh. Misty Seed. What in the world am I playing against today? Oh no, I think I've been big brained again. Like, this is some crazy sets. So he's Grim Snarl with Choice Band and Crunch. And he is Geezing with Misty Seed and yeah. So he's +1 Spadef. I mean, obviously Hyper Voice is not doing very much to him at +1, but if we Terra, he's not doing much to us either. He could definitely be Sludge Bomb, and that would do about half. But I'm kind of okay getting a Leech Seed up here. Obviously, I threaten the Terra, and he resets my terrain if he hits me. I mean, also though, this is always a switch in, I think. So I don't mind going into. I'm not sure. I mean, he's not Helmet. We confirmed. So I feel like this switch is okay. Just because if he brought this hard in on our Balava, it makes me think he has some kind of plan for it. So I don't want to get caught by that. He's Stockpile. Oh no. What is this? He's super stally Geezing with maybe Pain Split or Rest Talk. What in the world is this? I mean, max defense is taking a third from Poltergeist, so we can gauge damage. Or not even a third, because he's +1 now. But he doesn't have reliable recovery, so we can chip this down slowly but surely. This is the thing I expected the least in the world, if I'm being honest. Like, if this Pokemon came, I was almost sure it would be like Levitate, Helmet, Defensive, you know, the standard Galarian Weezing set. But Arc brings some really cool stuff. Okay, hard switches, so he loses that Seed boost permanently. I don't understand any of these nicknames. Maybe there's an anime that I haven't watched. Not positive. So Ambipom is the switch in of choice. Obviously predicting the Poltergeist, that's a good play. I could Flame Charge here. I want health on this, though, for our friend Weezing. If he's banded, does he knock me out? Yes. If he's Life Orb, it's a 50-50 roll. And I don't have a great switch into an Ambipom. If he wants to knock off, I guess I get health back with our Balava. Yeah, we take 2. If he U-turns, it's a little awkward, but I will go back into it just to see. Once again, we're just trying to learn at this point because obviously our opponent is all surprises. So we're trying to figure things out while expending as few resources as possible. He does go for the knockoff. It does 79 damage. Which is Life Orb damage. Does he take Life Orb chip? No, did not take Life Orb chip. But that is well within Life Orb damage, 79. Oh no, maybe not. Yeah, never mind. He's not banded. He's not banded and not any kind of attack boosting item, it seems. I am going to go for a sub because a U-turn doesn't do more than 33%. Obviously could Gunk Shot here. That would hurt a lot. Triple Axle would also probably not KO, but I should have probably thought of that. I forget about Triple Axle. Oh man, it was on the calc and I completely forgot. And he hit all 3. Well, the last one crit too, or it wouldn't have KO'd, but I wouldn't have had the health to set up a sub anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So I should just assume that every Pokemon that can run ice coverage is going to run ice coverage. Does Ambipom get a ground type move, or can I just start going crazy with our boy Revavroom that I can't think of the name of? Ambipom. Oh man, that was probably Technician boosted too. Damn. He gets Fire Punch. I'm not seeing any other fighting type move. I think his answer to this is definitely ground type Articuno. Could go into this, could go into this. I don't even think we're fast enough for Ambipom on Primarina. So I'm going to go into Talonflame. Go for a U-turn. That's a really unfortunate loss on my part. I should have Terra'd in front of it, I guess. But I did like the Sneasel Terra quite a bit. I'm not really hitting the game at the moment, unfortunately. I'm not paying enough attention because Triple Axel was on my calc. I assume Gunk Shot was worst case scenario. But obviously, I have a Flygon, so ice coverage is always going to make a ton of sense. Does switch. We get switch initiative, if nothing else. I believe this is the Weezing. Alright, it is the Weezing. Permanently gets rid of our grassy terrain. He no longer has his boost. So we will U-turn. It's quad resisted, so even though we're banded, it does nothing. He might actually be able to tell we're banded if he calcs that, though. Don't know how closely our opponent calcs. He's stockpile. I mean, at this point, our Arboliva set is was kind of set to be annoying. So we're gonna have to go super offensive this game. So how are we gonna do that? I mean, Revavroom looks insane here, but he has to have some kind of trick to deal with it. He wouldn't let his team just lose to Revavroom. Alternatively, I could go this, and his water type switch in is nothing. Not even with a Terra. So I do kind of like that. Yeah, Surf should two-shot. I'm kind of glad. I almost ran Liquid Voice Psychic Noise to counter healing. I don't think a poison move from this ever KOs me. Actually, a Gunk Shot might with 0 investment. That's kind of terrifying. But I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to go for damage. We have to start making some moves, and this is one of the Pokemon we need to get rid of. So I think it's worth hitting it. Hopefully it's not Gunk Shot. I should have probably calced that too. Okay, he does just switch. He has literally nothing that wants to take a Surf. Articuno doesn't appreciate it. This is Articuno. Should do a decent amount of damage. I could have pivoted, I suppose. Surf does... Yeah, not bad, not bad. Yeah, that's offensive. If I get rid of the health and Spadef, yeah, that's about right. Freeze Dry is doing, I mean, over half, of course. About half. So actually 2 Surfs would take this out, and the Scarf might surprise him. This Articuno is one of the main things stopping Revavroom, so I am just going to go for it. Okay, he doesn't Terra. I was kind of hoping he would Terra in front of this, but he doesn't. We do get a crit. Don't think it matters. Tailwind. Okay, so he's setting up his speed. If he's Roost, then I really wish we had run Psychic Noise, honestly. I will go for another Surf. His options here to Roost or to Freeze Dry. He is Pressure, so he will eventually run us out of Surfs, which is pretty annoying. But we can time it around the Tailwind, I think. He could also Pivot, but like I said, no Water Resist. No Terras that Water Resist, so... it's kind of hard for him to bring something in. Everything takes about 50%. It does just Freeze Draw, so he goes for the damage. Should do half. Yeah, right, literally 1 point more than half. Does not get a freeze, and we do take out Articuno, so we don't get 6-0'd. So, small victory, in my opinion. So, Ambipom we know is Knock Off and Triple Axle. And we haven't seen Dugtrio yet, and we haven't seen Delphox yet. But we know he's real fast now, and a fast banded Grimmsnarl is sounding very scary at the moment. So his Ambi is 1 and something. His Articuno is 0 and 1. Our Primarina is 1 and something, and our Arboliva is 0 and 1. And that makes me sad. I really thought that our Arboliva set could be super annoying in this battle. It was sub-seed. But what can you do? Oh yeah, and there's the Grimmsnarl. Oh boy. I ran banded Grimmsnarl before, and it is so hard to switch into. If I could call what he's going for here, that would be nice. I feel like Spirit Break is a decent option. Does he get Gunk? I don't think he doesn't get Gunk Shot. He gets Thunder Punch. I mean, I don't want to lose this. But what's least valuable to what he has left? Cerulege is decent. Sneasel still looks good, except for the Geezing is a bit annoying. Talonflame is nice. Maybe it's the Rev of Room. I really like the Rev Room. I actually think it's the Cerulege. If he goes for Crunch, he one-shots us. And he called it really well. Actually, Primarina might die to a Crunch, because we are very offensive Primarina. Okay, Thunder Punch. This will still do big damage, but we will get our weak armor. And I don't know. I think I put enough speed on this to outrun Grimmsnarl, since we're both at +2 right now, which is really odd. I think this is his last turn of Tailwind. It is. Yep, we have no effects on our side. That Thunder Punch did half, so maybe we can get an idea of if he is adamant. I mean, he's never outspeeding us, so I can Bitter Blade here for free. I mean, we're weak armor, so if he lives the hit, and he definitely does, then he knocks us out, probably. He did 155. So this will, okay, we get another crit. I'm sorry, that might actually mean we live, which would be horrible for him. Yeah, we're gonna live this Thunder Punch, because weak armor reduced our defense. But yeah, we live. Wow. Sorry about that. That crit, I'm pretty sure mattered. Depends on how much health investment you have, I think. Because I'm seeing that would actually healed 40%, so we would have been up to 90. So we would be on like 17 health here. But it is very possible that it mattered. So I can Flame Charge. He's above 20% though, but I do think it always knocks him out. And it also hits Delphox or whatever coming in. Oh, wait. Why did I do that? I'm stupid. I could have got health back. I completely forgot. I got 2 weak armor speed boost. And I was like, we got to be faster than Delphox. We got to be faster than Dugtrio. Completely forgetting that I literally am at like +4 because of weak armor. I'm stupid sometimes. I'm sorry. This is not my game. So very possibly Sucker Punch Dugtrio. Nothing I can do about that, as I am Assault Vest. I mean, Bitter Blade KOs if he's not Sucker Punch. And yeah, I don't see a reason to save it. So he is Sucker Punch. That's totally fine. That's better than him getting up rocks. So I can go into Talonflame now and get a dual Wing Beat. And even if he's Sash, it will knock him out. Adversely, I could go Sneasel and set up on this. Sneasel's never breaking Wheezing, unfortunately. He's lost Articuno. He's not used his Terra, so this is his Terramon. I think my play is Talonflame then, because a dual Wing Beat knocks him out no matter what. And we outspeed the Sucker Punch. Obviously, Wheezing could come in here. That's absolutely no problem. So we lost Cerulege, which is okay. I think it did more than we could have asked for. I'm still not 100% sure that crit mattered because at the end of the day, I think I got enough health back. It fully depends on if he was health invested versus speed. I will just go for dual Wing Beat in case he is Sash. That's the only way to knock him out if he's Sash, of course. Hits everything else he's got in the back because he has no flying weakness, but he also has no flying resistance, so it's pretty useful. Obviously, Wheezing is very bulky, and if he was Psychic Seed, that makes me think he's more defensively invested, but I can't be too sure. So how do we win this game, and how fast is our Primarina? He does switch. Yeah, Primarina is actually not outspeeding Ambipom, unfortunately. Delphox is the switch of choice. We go for dual Wing Beat, and that does nothing. That may not KO. What in the world? Yeah, that's a defensive Delphox if I've ever seen one. Or max HP at least. Wow. I mean, I don't have a switch in for Delphox, right? This is my way to always revenge Dugtrio, but I've got to play the role, I think, because nothing switches in. I don't have a switch in for anything. We're just, I think, a sack war at this point, just throwing Pokemon at each other. Obviously, if Wheezing comes in, we can probably go Rev of Room, because if he's Stockpile, he has to be Fairy coverage for Flygon. He wants Poison coverage for Primarina. We might knock him out here. Might live on 1. He lives on 1, which is horrible for us because we lose Gale Wings. He goes for Hypnosis. He's Blunder Policy. Right? Right? Yeah, Blunder Policy. Oh my gosh, you're crazy, dude. You're bringing the most insane sets I've ever seen. Now, luckily for us, we're Gale Wings, so we still outspeed. Unluckily for us, our ability to hit 90% accurate moves 3 times in a row is limited, but we actually did, so that's huge. Wow. So my man is bringing some of the most heat I have ever played against, and I'm terrified of what's left in the back. I mean, we have to set up Rev of Room on either Wheezing or Ambipom, because Dugtrio just one-shots it always. Wheezing does come in. It could be Will-O-Wisp, but we are Lum. Primarina looks... Actually, Primarina doesn't look good into anything except this, because it's probably outsped by the other 2 Pokemon. Rev of Room, once it gets to +2 speed, looks really good. And then Sneasel, I wish I was Ice Shard on him now, honestly. But once we Terra, we should be okay against Ambipom plus Dugtrio. So I kind of do want to go Primarina here. It forces him to hit us. And it's not like Primarina ever outspeeds the other 2, right? Unless he did some weird creeping. So that Hypnosis hitting could have really changed the game, because now we have a full health Talonflame. It does go into the, or it does go for Stockpile. We're unfortunately not in Torrent, but I think our Surf is going to do way too much to Wheezing. Yeah, the Surf should still be doing something like 40%, give or take. I mean, if he's full Spadef, we're doing less, but like I said, the Misty Seed makes me think he definitely invested somewhere else, because Misty Seed is kind of making up for bad Spadef, but who knows, maybe not. If nothing else, the Misty Terrain is helping us right now, because if Rev of Room comes in, then he can't Will-O-Wisp us. We'll go for Surf. Okay, he's got some Spadef. Stockpiles again. I'm really nervous he's Pain Split. He can only get to +3 of each defense. Man, this is a weird Pokemon. I mean, Ironhead is doing good damage once we get Rev of Room in, but if he's at +3, then who knows. And we crit. I'm sorry. I know it's a defensive set. Crits are going to happen. I have gotten 3 crits so far. I'm so sorry. That's so unlucky. Yeah, that's really bad. I apologize. You're bringing crazy good sets, and I am just lucking you. Which, a bulky Pokemon that sets up stockpiles is going to get crit eventually. It's like, you know, when I set up, sometimes I get crit, and it's something that happens. I wish it didn't, but it does. Dugtrio comes in. If he wants to set up here, he can. I think an EQ knocks me out if he's, like, Adamant. Actually, if he's Adamant, we might outspeed. Yeah, Earthquake probably knocks me out. It does. Okay, yeah. It looks like it was, at minimum, very in his favor to knock me out. So, we have some options. We have Sneasel. We have Talonflame. We have to deal with an Ambipom in the back. I think Rev of Room always takes one from Ambipom and sets up on it and then beats it. I think Talonflame always outspeeds this and beats it if we hit a dual wing beat. And I think Sneasel takes one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Sneasel should always take one. The only thing we may not take is an Iron Head. No, we take an Iron Head. Okay. So Sneasel is probably fine here, with the problem being we might have to risk like a flinch or a miss. But I do kind of like bringing Sneasel in here. Obviously, we could have done Talonflame and done the dual wing beat play again, but I'm trying to minimize my need to land inaccurate moves. So I'm going to Terra. And I think I can just go for a knockoff. I think knockoff always KOs standard Dugtrio. It does switch, so it will knock off the Ambipom, and now we have to play with the Speed Tie. We don't have Ice Shard. We do get our Terra up, which is nice. So this has been an exciting game so far. I'm sorry about the crit on Wheezing. I really want to ask you about that set after this game, because that seemed really cool. We do go for a knockoff. Do a good chunk, and he was Mirror Herb. Okay, there's the Mirror Herb trying to steal my Revavroom boost. I'm glad I didn't set up on this. We are not max speed, so there's a very good chance he does outspeed me. I could go into Revavroom here. There's nothing stopping me from doing that. But I don't know that Ambipom can knock me out. Like, Triple Axle is doing 70. But I kind of want to go into Revavroom. Because I don't know that he ever knocks me out in 2 even. And this actually does help me beat Dugtrio. If he's banned a Dugtrio, then it's like a roll, because we are Eviolite. He's Triple Axle, so that wouldn't have knocked me out. I don't know what else he would have to hit Revavroom. I will go for Shift Gear. And if he's Mirror Dugtrio and switches right now, that's okay. This doesn't get more priority than Fake Out that I'm aware of. And I don't know what else it has to hit me. Like, I know Ambipom is like an early gen Pokemon, so it gets a ton of coverage. But other than Fire Punch, I don't see it getting much, and we're Filter. So it's knockoff, so it gets rid of our Lum. Which was specifically for either Thunder Wave Grimmsnarl or like Will-O-Wisp Wheezing. Or something trying to stop us from setting up. So we will get a Shift Gear up, and we will just go for Iron Head here. We'll knock out the Ambipom, and I think we win outside of Sash Dugtrio, which then we have Gale Wings Brave Bird for. Dugtrio is the last Pokemon. Obviously, we Iron Head here. I'm trying to see speeds. If we're at +2 and he's at +1. We actually don't outspeed him because I wanted to be adamant. So if he's max speed Scarf, he does outrun and knock me out here. But that's okay. We'll just go for Iron Head. He might Terra. That'd be cool to see. Doesn't Terra. Iron Head hits. Is he Sash? He's not Sash. Okay, we knock him out. He must not have been max speed. And we do win, if only barely. Our opponent brought some great sets. I think that our Talonflame bring was really good here. I think it landing all 3 90% moves, I do appreciate. We don't see that all the time, landing inaccurate moves. To my opponent, Arc, I apologize for those crits. I don't know how many of them mattered. If we go back and looked at the next hit that hit those Pokemon, if it also mattered. Like, at the end of the day, I think actually that Ceruledge one would have ended the same, because looking at the calc, it looked like we healed back about 40% if you had a lot of health. So, not sure. It would just be something that, you know, we can't really recreate. But the good thing is now we're both 4-1. We're likely to meet in playoffs. That's why I didn't want to talk about the Pokemon I didn't bring this week. Normally I kind of talk about what's good, what's bad. Didn't want to do that because I had some other ideas to bring against Arc. And yeah, if we meet again in playoffs, I'm sure it'll be better. Hopefully less crits. But yeah, GG's, and we will see you next week.